Last episode, we had a huge problem. Our rebuild had started, but didn't seem like it was going to work. Our new striker couldn't shoot, and our defense definitely couldn't defend. But today, we've got to play Dortmund in the cup. We're promoting some more youth players, and we're trying to turn things around in the league. Things have been going okay, but one mistake in these next 2 months could see us sliding down the table. It's time to return to Schalke, and let's continue to fix the Royal Blues. Welcome back to Germany, where we've got just 4 days to finalise our team before the end of the transfer window. We've been busy, but I think there is still definitely room to improve. I do have my eye on one returning player. Kolasinac is listed and available to return to the club that seems to love him or hate him depending on who you ask. His return depends on us raising money from somewhere else though, and we also have the small matter today of finally sending out our youth scouts for the coming season. We advance a few days and deadline day is finally here, and it really could change everything. We're going to slowly advance throughout it, hoping maybe we could get a couple more deals complete. We keep hitting advance and nothing really comes in until hour 4, which is an average size bid for Big Ron. Of course, we tried to take a bit more money from Burrow, but the deal collapses and that's all over. We keep advancing, but all we really get is news on how much Barcelona and Real Madrid have earned in the transfer market. Gavi and Kabasi going for that much money is crazy. But that's it, deadline day is done, and at 1 AM we finally receive an offer for Katic. He's not actually going to move until January, but we accept it. When that deal completes, we'll have enough money to strengthen in a few months' time in the January transfer window. But before we get to January, we're going to have to play a lot of games. This episode and next episode will have a combined 10 matches, the first of which is against a Leverkusen side that is hard to deny is one of the best in the entire world. They're absolutely favourites for the title ahead of Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, and Leipzig are miles back in 4th place. There's a real risk we're about to get absolutely smashed, but also, if we get a point, this could be the turning point of our entire season. I can't believe how good this Leverkusen squad looks like. They kept Wirtz, they've signed Havertz back, they've got Pau Kubasi at centre-back and Rudiger. This is going to be really difficult to try and break them down. Christensen into Botheim, but we can't get the shot away. Kubasi passes it back to Alisson, who gets it back out to Rudiger. What a team. And again, I think if they had any other defence, if we were in the 2nd division still, that's probably a goal. Havertz turns, big gap ahead of him. Can we get across? Okay, decent defending, pushing him out wide, but he's hit it anyway, and he's found the back of the net. That was an insane finish from such a tight angle. Who knows, maybe Havertz is finally going to turn into the player that people thought he would have done when he was at Leverkusen last time. Botheim was in behind, but Hincapi just too much pace. Matt O'Reilly goes past 1, goes past 2, gives it to Havertz into the box, Travella shot, and that is 2-0. Kabasi passes it forwards, but to be only 2-0 down at half-time is probably better than I thought it was going to be when we looked at their squad. Havertz, 2 shots, 2 goals. Let's hope he doesn't get a hat-trick. Andrich into Havertz, chips the goalkeeper. Leno was diving on the floor. There is the hat-trick. There's the same celebration for a 3rd time, and we've been absolutely destroyed. Yaziki, good ball out to Becker. It's a foot race, him versus Rudiger, and Rudiger has absolutely demolished him. O'Reilly into that wide position. Surely there's not going to be a threat from there. This time he passes it across, and there is Schaefer. They say he's the new Florian Wirtz. He's got the same birthday, he plays in the same positions, and he's got a huge amount of potential. Botheim with a long shot. We've forced something from Alisson for the first time in the game. Christensen into Lindelof, gets the shot away, but blocked by Garcia. We're going to recycle this. Akpaguma into Yaziki, tries to finesse it, but Rudiger's there with the block this time. Okay, thankfully it's all over now. 4-0, and to be fair, last year we did lose 5-0 to a couple of teams that are much worse than this one from Bayer Leverkusen, so we can't be too downbeat. The best thing we could have to follow that game up is one of the worst teams in the division, and that's exactly what FC Cologne are. There's Holstein Kiel are the worst, we're the 2nd worst, and these guys are probably the 3rd worst. Before we play the game, we're going to make some big tactical changes. Not quite as radical as the ones we made last year, but we're going to play Sambi Lokonga alongside a holding midfielder to see if that can sort of unleash him and allow him to get a little bit further forwards. So, Botheim on the ball early in the game. We've got a good run, but we can't quite get the pass right. We scored so many in that way last season. Their winger gets it in, and there's a volley. There's that Lorenzo Luca playing up front. Big target man. Puchaz, Botheim, and at Sambi Lokonga, we tried to pull it across to Christensen. The wrong decision yet again. They're going to try and play it out from the back, but we've got on it. Sambi Lokanga finesses it past the goalkeeper into the open goal. I have no idea what they're doing there, but we will take that. Good positioning, good finish from Lokanga, and that's his first goal of the season. Hopefully the first of many. We're pressing with Lokanga. Oh, I thought we could get another one. They get a long shot away. Good save from Leno, keeping the clean sheet. Corner comes in. Yaziki heads it away to Hubers. Waldschmidt cuts inside, and Schmidt forces another good save from Leno. Couldnt back into Lubicic, and they are all over us so far. Olsen, and we were intercepting that anyway. It's going to be half-time. We're taking the 1-0 lead in, and it's all because of that horrendous mistake from their goalkeeper. That was actually our only shot of the first half. Let's chip it in behind here for Botheim, and the ball has just skidded away. We're going to dive in anyway because it's quite fun to do and take the yellow card. Schallenberg into Lokanga, into Yaziki, into the box. That really should have been a goal. I think Yunus would have had a decent chance. That feels like a good corner. It's Lindelof. It's an even better header. And we are 2-0 up against FC Cologne. Good. This is exactly what we needed. We needed to bounce back from the heavy defeat with a win. Lokanga, what a player he's been in this half. And it's a decent ball into Botheim, a little bit wide. But he has been absolutely taken out. That has to be a red card. I don't know why they've done it, because he had overrun that in the rain. And Martel has been sent off. One of their better players. That is good for the relegation fight. Can we get enough bend on this? We can't. We started it too close to the wall, and that's going to go out for a throw-in. Interesting to bring on Karaman off the bench, and he's actually making a pretty decent run here. Can we play him through? We can. Christensen into Karaman, into the last third of the pitch. Surely, finesse this across the goalkeeper. Oh, it's been saved. Puchaz into Schallenberg. Karaman, time for redemption. There we go. That's what we should have done the first time. Just blasted it in. And he could have been on 2 goals for the game. Looks like we're going to win this one, though. Probably 3-0 win. And they don't really have enough time to get a comeback. Downs into Lubcic. Good save from Leno. Good save again. And can we keep the clean sheet? Somehow we can. Bullet off the line. Bullet played well since he came on. And Siegmund, we've got a great run from Karaman there. And surely this is going to be 4-0. Can we bounce back from the 4-0 with a 4-0 of our own? Karaman hits the post. He could have had a hat-trick already. Kaputska wins it really high up the pitch. Are we going to play this across? I think we are. Karaman taps it in. There's this second of the game, but really could have been 4. We have absolutely crushed Cologne in this game. Confirmed a 4-0 win. No wonder the fans are loving it. The players are loving it on the pitch. The one thing that we're not loving, though, is that Yaziki is out for 2 months. One of our biggest signings, our most important creative player, and now we're going to have to play El Fayouzi or Karaman as that shadow striker. But could we find someone just as good in our youth academy? It's time to send out the scouts. We've gone Denmark, Germany and Turkey this time, looking for mainly centre midfielders, but I'll update you when those come back later in this video. But before then, we've got to play a game against Freiburg. This is the last day of September, and we are actually going to pick Karaman as our attacking midfielder for this game. He did score 2 goals last game. Of course, he should have scored 3, maybe 4 goals, but there's still the chance that he can perform at the Bundesliga level, and we're really going to need him to do that if we're going to win this match. Can we win the header? We can. Becker back to Katic. We're looking a lot more composed when it comes to defending now. That is for sure. Osterhager into Christensen. And we've got Sambi Lokanga making a run. Okay, he's ran around his man. And we've hit it from a pretty tight angle. That's a really nice finish, though. I don't know why he was bursting forwards from midfield, but those tactical changes looking like they're really benefiting our new star centre midfielder. Höhler with a very powerful shot. But Leno and Katic get it away. Back out to Osterhager. Gives it back to Höhler. Another powerful shot and another really good save from Leno. Out wide now. Becker into Sambi Lokanga again. We're just going to try and drive towards goal. Get a lucky rebound. Can we get around this guy? Can we finish? And that is a second of the game for Sambi Lokanga. If he can keep this up, he is exactly what we need. A powerful playmaker who could get forwards and can finish shots. I mean, that was just a really nice goal. And we've got a big gap in our midfield, but Leno charges at just the right time. That is an experienced bit of play. I think this is the last attack of the half, and Cologne have played it through to Höhler, and he's put it through the goalkeeper's legs, 2-1, and all of a sudden things have changed just before half-time. So the fans still loving it. Sambi Lokanga having one of the best games of his career, but can we hold on to this 2-1 lead? Sambi Lokanga, can he get a third? Long shot, takes a good save from Labrovic. It's going to be Puchaz taking the corner, and the opposite wing-back is going to be the one that heads it in. Becker with a nice leap, and I think that's probably our third or fourth corner goal of the season so far. Good save from Leno after Osterhager's shot. Corner, Günther, and we win the header with Akpaguma. Christensen, we've seen Puchaz, and this does seem like something we would have done in the second division. Puchaz charging towards the goal. He has a man in the middle. They've stopped tracking him. They've given up. They know what's about to happen. Puchaz doesn't need him. He just taps it past the goalkeeper. The fake shot put him on the floor, and it was just an easy finish from there. Great tackle that from Lindelof. Bullet with probably the last attack of the game. They clear it. Iheanacho is going to control it and turn, but there's nothing he can do with it. A 4-1 win, and all of a sudden, we're on a bit of a roll. After that Leverkusen game, I had no idea that we would be 4th in the table with this many points. 9 points from 5 games. I mean, Leverkusen still won 5 out of 5. I think they've only conceded 1. But we had such a big game coming up. Borussia Dortmund away. They've got, of course, one of the most passionate groups of fans in the league. They've got an absolutely amazing team. They've got some players in there that I really don't like watching, like Cucurella playing left back, but it's a lot stronger than our team, so it's going to be a really tough Ruhr derby. Christensen gets Becker into space. Can he get around Cucurella? He can, but then that's a late, silly challenge from Cucurella on a yellow card after 6 minutes, and is a free kick in a dangerous position. And we can't quite do anything with Botheim, but it comes out to Schallenberg. Is there going to be a funny mix-up? There's not. Schlotterbeck's just going to get that one clear. Bino Gittens into Ozcan. He gets around Katic twice from a tight angle. Good save from Leno. He's learnt there from that Havertz shot earlier, I think. Bayer gets it back to Ozcan into Bayer. Good block from Sambi Lokanga. He is everywhere in these last couple of games. Lokanga, that's a good ball into Schallenberg. Has he got the pace to get away from, I think that's Schlotterbeck, and no, he can't. Schlotterbeck just gets it clear. We are very even with them so far in this half, but Bayer's into the box, and it's a shot across the keeper, top corner. I think Leno could have done better with that. It was borderline at him. Didn't really have to dive, just needed stronger wrists. But that's his 4th goal in 5 games. What amazing form from Maxi Bayer. Christensen turns. And we have Botheim. Can we get a shot away? Off the post and off the defender's leg. Corner comes in. Botheim goes for the spectacular finish. The bicycle kick. Karius is loving it. The fans are loving it. That is one of the all-time Borussia Dortmund versus Schalke goals. And it's just scored just before half-time. It's been a very even first half. We're even on shots, possession, passes. Adeyemi's played in Bayer. He's got around Katic twice. We're going to have to take him down. Come on, Lindelof. We had to do it. I don't think it's a red card, and we have a chance to actually save the penalty. I think he would have just tapped it in if we didn't do that. Adeyemi has hit the crossbar. And then Becker gets it cleared. Katic clears it further. Oh, that is insane. Sambi Lokanga. Karaman, he's got around Schlotterbeck. Come on, Karaman into the box, from the edge of the box. Good save from Kobel. I think this is our last attack of the game. Becker gets it into Berg. We've got a good run from Højlund. He was through, and the referee has blown his whistle. I think he was onside. I'll put a replay on, but yeah, he was surely onside there. That is huge drama at the end of the derby game. Surprisingly, we have Player of the Month in Sambi Lokanga, and he would also play a part in our next 2 games, a win against FC Union Berlin and a draw against Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's been a hero, but we have chance to try and recruit 2 more. This Nicholas Simon guy looks absolutely unreal, 66 overall, and Elias Schroeder as well, 67 overall, both of them 17 years old. If we develop them right, I think those 2 could be first team players by the start of next season. But before we do anything with them, we have another huge game. We've already played Dortmund. They were the last match that we just looked at, but the last match of October is also a cup game against Borussia Dortmund. However, we've played them twice away. This is the first time that they have come to the Vetlins Arena in Gelsenkirchen. And it's a great time to get the banner out because for the first time, we're not cringing it up against some tiny team in the second division. We're showing it to our rivals. Katic with a massive tackle on Willy Nomto. Schallenberg got a bit of space out here for El Fauzi, and I think that's a good run from Botheim. We found him. Can he have the pace? He can, and the finish goes just wide of the right post. And Mecha into Nonto. We've got a big gap. Let's try and cover it with Katic. We do. Good defending, but we've lost it straight to Adeyemi, and just gets it out of his feet. Smashes it top corner. We're behind in the second Ruhr derby of the season, but we got an equaliser last time. Maybe we can do the same again. Bayer through one-on-one. Good save from Leno. That used his whole body there to stop that shot. Cucurella, yes. Revenge for what he did on Becker in the last game. Then Becker gets one in as well. Oh, we love it. Shame he wasn't injured. Nonto, good chip forward to Ozcan. And we've been beaten again. Oh, that's just annoying. It was such a good touch. Gets it out of his feet. And then makes it 2-0 just before half-time as well. That changes everything for the second half. Do we go more attacking, or do we just try and make sure it's not an embarrassing scoreline? Botheim, Schallenberg, good play. Karaman's decided to slide rather than hit the ball. Oh, I think if he'd have hit it, he could have won a penalty. And oh, we get another hit in on Cucurella. Karaman really not playing too well in this game. Sambi Lakanga into El Fauzi. Gets away from Cucurella, gets into the box. El Fauzi. He scored against Dortmund last season, but can't do it this year, unfortunately. Becker, a lot of space out here. Can we get around Cucurella? We don't need to. We try and pull it back, but it just seems like Dortmund are so defensively resolute. Bayer's through. We're going to try and charge him, but Leno saves it. Oh, and gets the rebound as well. I thought that was in. What have we done? We have absolutely done a clanger. That is going on one of those VHS tapes of big goalkeeping mistakes. Katic with a good stop, and thankfully the referee is going to end our misery. A 3-0 defeat in a rivalry game. We conceded one of the worst goals we'll concede all season, but that's only the cup. In the league, we're actually doing really, really well. We're on 14 points from 8 games. I would have taken 6, probably 7 points at this point of the season. And that puts us in a pretty exciting position for next episode, where we're going to be preparing for the January transfer window. And we're going to be seeing if we can somehow keep up this form. Subscribe if you want to see the rest of this season and the rest of this career mode. Really do appreciate the support we've got so far. And I'll see you soon. Cheers and goodbye.